Hello, and welcome back to Academy Rush. I'm James Dash Patterson, and I'll be here to move us through all of today's action. Academy Rush brings you the highlights, but if you're looking for dedicated streams, check out those links on your screen. Be sure, though, to follow your favorite teams, or you can be my Valentine and stick with me for all the excitement. But now it's time for us to jump into today's matches. The deal with Academy Rush is this. We take you through 4 simultaneous games, highlighting all the action that we can, and wrap up Valentine's Day with a showcase match at the end of the show. First up, Kangas will be bringing you Golden Guardians versus Counterlogic Gaming, where CLG will finally be able to play with their starting bot laner, Win. We'll see if it turns their season around as they face Huhi, who's been shining in the support position. Then, TJ will be casting Demonte and Soligo as they duke it out in Dignitas versus 100 Thieves. Demonte has been playing Champion Roulette. We'll see if he busts out a new pick in that game today. Pastry Time will be bringing us the coverage of EG versus C9, which looks terrifying for the once kings of Academy, as evil geniuses have only improved as the weeks go by. Then we've got Riv, who'll be looking into the bot lanes for TSM versus FlyQuest, where both Treats and JJ have been shining in Academy this season, which leaves us to our showcase matchup, where Dignitas bot laner Johnson will be joining us to break down TLA versus Immortals. Surenfire finally gets to compete with the Academy squad as intended, facing off against Potluck for his Academy debut. We're going to join Pastry Time on Evil Geniuses Academy versus Cloud9 Academy. Evil Geniuses is sitting at 3-3 with Cloud9 trailing at 2-4. Let's see if EG can keep up their hot streak.
In this Academy.
Surprisingly, both these teams not looking all that hot. Cloud9 Academy, the bastion, one of the strongest performing organizations in Academy since its inception, currently sitting at 2-4, despite its promising new roster. And on the other side, Evil Genius is certainly struggling with some of their players having visa issues, but since the addition of Ander in place of Kadir and 5Fire, at least still temporarily in place of Giyu, have actually been on quite a tear recently to bring the record back to 500. So excited here for this one. Quick rundown on the draft for you here. On the EG side, the bans were Elise, Lucian, Gragas, LeBlanc, and Akali. And on the Cloud9 side, Rumble, Set, Senna, Maud, and Syndra. As a good hook there from Diamond. Going to give King a couple of autos. Looks like, you know, kind of a delayed little poke there. Not a full invade on the Cloud9 Academy side. But just wanting to get some information, get the poke happening early. Definitely will be slightly chunked as he moves back into the lane. And delayed here, helping out Ander on the red, means that King and Diamond will be first to the wave. Diamond actually, with a bit of brush shake, going to go for another hook. Perhaps, again, definitely the target, proccing Guardian as well. So a bit of a window opened up to potentially play aggressive. They will be, of course, first to level 2 here.
A couple cheeky hooks and some level 1 damage there. Over to Dig 100, where we have an Ornn in the bot lane. Check that out. Prismal operating that one.
Team with a winning win rate in Academy. But they've also got that winning win rate off the back of his sometimes over-aggression. So him versus Acadian on this Olaf Rek'Sai matchup is going to be something to keep an eye on. I was just trying to think through how this Breezy Prismal bot lane works. And I think it plays to counter one of the things 100 Thieves have struggled with so far this season, where it's felt like oftentimes you get to the midpoint of the game and they've lost so much during the early game that they have no way back. The Ornn will give them more potential to get through the mid-late game, I guess. Spitballing. There's got to be a reason for it, and I'm excited to find out why. That is why you watch the Academy, I suppose. Here's Acadian up for the top lane. Fake God, actually. In a lot of trouble here. Chained back in by the Infernal Chains, and that will be first blood. Tossed over to Dignitas as they hit things off well. This is what I was talking about when I said the early game control consistently doesn't go the way of 100 Thieves. They lose these early game fights. Acadian does get caught out here. Sully goes in the area as well, and they're chasing him well over the wall with the undertow connected. That will be a trade right back, and my words, eaten. As 100 Thieves managed to...
Our first gank of the night goes to Dig with a successful first blood, but the return kill for 100 Thieves keeps that one quite even. Over to TSM FlyQuest, things are just getting underway. I see revenge on that signature Aatrox.
You're gonna see what Lost does on Aphelios. Lost has 6 out of 7 games played on this champion. Press the attack for this one. We have seen lethal tempo going for some players when they want to scale into the late game, but it looks like You know, TSM may feel like they want to get the early game pressure and win out of this, but his other game was a Cassiopeia play. So not even playing any other marksman on the bot side, just a mage in that sense. Now going back to Aphelios, they first picked this. So really a lot of priority put into that bot lane. You give him a Nautilus, Treats on Nautilus is going to be able to protect anything. Kind of leads me into the initiation discussion that we have into these compositions. You have the Gragas, you have the Nautilus, you can get in, Sleepy Trouble Bubbles from afar. I don't think TSM is going to have too much trouble finding their way into a fight as long as you can keep that vision control. I don't think FlyQuest is going to walk up to you 5-on-5. For the side of FlyQuest and their initiation, I really like the fact that they picked up the Braum again, or with the Misfortune. You're not going to get a bullet time across your entire team now. You can definitely prevent a lot of damage coming in otherwise. Across the team, it might actually be a bit harder for FlyQuest to initiate, a little more conditional, if you will. They still have good tools. You can still get a Glacial Fissure. You can still get a Shockwave, but that means TSM has to either be out of position or in the right spot for you to get those ultimates. You can kind of get a Sleepy Trouble Bubble or the Nautilus Depth Charge and not have to worry about somebody getting into the fight or being in the fight. Otherwise, Triple and JJ are going to have to get decently close so the team can follow up. Revenge taking a bit of damage here as Dokla gets that adaptive damage on the Camille top. That's going to be his first Camille pick. Lots of Aatrox, Gangplank, and Ornn for him as we get a fight on the bot side. 3v3, JJ's the first with Unbreakable going up. He should be fine. Evolve is going to get a quick rotate down here. He pushed the lane up nice and fast. You can see Unsealed Spellbook here.
TSM, FlyQuest both sitting at 3-3, looking to add a win to that column and move over 500. Let's get our first look at Golden Guardian CLG.
Now, will win be close enough? There we go. That's worth a lot right there. CLG feeling fantastic. Again, wins first game in Academy with this roster. Had a lot of visa issues to get here. Stixay had to fill in, but this is now CLG Academy that we're hoping to see. This is the full roster of all 5 members that were meant to be here from the beginning. And Phil Wind already having a good laning phase for themselves. They get that first turret play. They're tied in kills, but the first blood bonus allows Gorka to get that BF sword as well as the boots. So in terms of just pure stat checking, Gorka definitely can output a lot of damage at this point in time. And it's always dangerous to get aggressive against the Xayah-Rakan duo. But CLG, they don't need to get aggressive in these lanes necessarily. It's all about controlling the lanes. It's keeping pressure so the Fraggus doesn't get caught out in the jungle and you can answer at these objectives. But already Golden Guardians have the inside track. They get the push mid first, and they already have hard here with the push on the bottom side. So they are going to be the team that starts up the first Infernal Drake of the game. Fraggus on the completely opposite side of the map. He's getting some counter jungling. And you got to imagine that this was CLG just saying, okay, we're just going to give that to them. Because Fraggus already this deep in the enemy jungle, it signals to me that they thought that the gold onto the Gragas was worth more than the dragon itself, or maybe they just didn't feel they were in a position to contest it. Either way, that's a good early neutral objective picked up for Golden Guardians. A lot of veteran players on this team. Huhi, Zion Spartan, 2 players that have had a lot of experience with each other as well. And Hui's just been having a great split on support. Not often that you see a role swap work out so well for a player, but Huhi was always a very supportive player to begin with. So happy to see him now getting comfortable on the likes of these melee supports. We've seen a lot of Braum from him. Now seen the Rakan as well, being the primary engage for the team here along the side of Hard. But they get the push on the bot side. I'm wondering if they'll want to keep pushing forward for any plates, because they also have Hard down here.
Easy Drake pickup for the Golden Guardians there. Back over to TSM FlyQuest to see if this one breaks open.
Run in that situation, and Aatrox never does good if he can't really single out one target and then start causing mayhem after that first kill. Oh my god, Shockwave going into triple. All forward. Evolve takes the turret shot, but he is going to get the kill onto. And first blood with the Ignite for Evolved. He uses the heal he picked up from the bot side. I actually did not think that was going to result into first blood. But what a play. Just continuously pushing forward until he found that kill. Triple goes down, and that teleports down as well for him. So he's going to have a while before he can get that one back. We'll see what Rek'Sai does here if he goes to mid lane to try and get any movement on that.
Solo kill, first blood for Evolve, puts TSM out to an early lead. Over to Dignitas, 100 Thieves. Let's see if 100 Thieves can hand that first loss to the undefeated team.
First one of the game. I know there's been some debate in the community about what the second Rift Herald is called. I'd like to take this moment on this platform to nominate that the first Rift Herald is called Shelly, then the second Rift Herald ought to be called Sheldon. Thank you very much. And I am excited to see if 100 Thieves will be able to get Shelly and Sheldon this game. They have themselves the first opportunity to undo the damage that's being done down in their bot lane. But one of my other problems is I don't see where 100 Thieves emphasize their focus. Right, you have Rift Herald, traditionally you use that, oh, hold this thought, Breezy in the bot lane. There's just no way out of this. Olay and Acadian absolutely destroy him, and Prismal burns his TP to escape. That was an incredibly swift rotation through the bot lane. And it underscores my point. If you do play this Rift Herald, if you do something aggressive with it, get the gold, where do you put it? I guess the answer is top lane, Fake God's Renekton, but I don't think that's gonna win you a game. Here's Acadian once more in the mid lane. Prismal pops the Unstoppable just to make sure he doesn't get CC'd. Saligo will go in here, poking forward. This is good for 100 Thieves to hold strong, but it just gives enough of an excuse for Dignitas to lead, join this top lane where the Rift Herald has just been summoned. Contracts and Fake God, oh, both hit by the Equalizer. Contracts is shut down, and Fake God's trying to kite back Dignitas behind the turret. There's no way he escapes, and the tempo of this game is going terribly for 100 Thieves. Down in the bot lane, though, they get something back. Breezy and Prismal finally make a case for whatever this bot lane is.
Starting to run away with it in true Dignitas fashion. 2K now separates those teams as we hop back over to TSM FlyQuest. Action in the top lane straight away.
Her favor. There's the adaptive shield coming up for Douglas. He's kind of getting a taste of his own medicine here. Uses that hook shot to get himself to safety under the turret. Okay, I was going to say, revenge. You don't need revenge that much. He goes back to safety, and he'll be able to control the lane for now. He is down a bit of CS, so he picks that up here, but I think that CS equals him out, and you can see Dokla already has a wave to pick up, so he still sits a few more CS above, maybe a wave in that lane. Rift Herald in mid. They drop it close so they can instantly get that shot on. They're not going to look to get a second shot out of this, just get plate money to a lot of people. Revenge over from the right side. Remember, he just used his ultimate top. Very interesting time for Revenge to come down now. Even though they weren't going to be able to block plates on Rift Herald. We have 1 minute and 40 for Ocean Drake. Everything's a bit off time here. It looks like TSM's just going to be able to kind of hold tall. Maybe they thought TSM was going to go for the engage. The Rift Herald push is something that could happen.
We had 9 people in the mid lane there. Not too much breaking in this one just yet. Back over to Golden Guardian CLG straight away to a fight in the mid lane.
Doesn't commit with the full ultimate. But CLG, we see just how scared they have to be right now. If Golden Guardians run at them, they have the completed Essence Reaver on their Xayah, and Wind is sitting on components. So it's definitely going to be a stronger team fight at this point in time for Golden Guardians, which feels rough for CLG. They're the ones that drafted this composition that seems so strong in these choke points. But here's the initiation from Golden Guardians. They lock him down, and Wind falls. Teleport coming in from Zion Spartan as well as Deus. The Shockwave doesn't connect onto any members. Called Forge God does knock up 2, but CLG cannot find the re-engage. Golden Guardians will claim the kill and get the dragon. Beautiful from Golden Guardians. They
Puhi with a beautiful engage there, not making it easy for Wind in his Academy debut. Ooh, right into some action though. Dignitas, 100 Thieves. This one could break the bank. 100 Thieves going for it.
As he will join Phoenix on the gray screen. This is devastating for Dignitas. I didn't think there was a hope, but the case has now been made as Sunfire Cape is completed. First item for Prismal. He has a massive impact on that team fight. Call the Forge God, the perfect setup. Fake God arcs in from the bottom of the map. And I'm a believer again, bot lane Horn.
Just like that, the gold is near even. Big play from 100 Thieves over to Evil Genius C9, looking for those first kills on the board.
And that's a kill, definitely no ulti, I believe. It's only level 5. A hook follows up. Diamond going to get the follow-up onto Matt. And a beautiful setup there for Cloud9 to get 2 kills in top lane. Brandini going to do what he can, tries to demolish some plates off the tower. The Herald will go over to Cloud9 Academy, and Honori's kind of on fire. You can see why they took the Rek'Sai so early in the draft. It was one of their first 2 picks, alongside the Ophelio Sefer King. But so well played, looking significantly more coordinated almost 2,000 gold ahead. Should be better than that if they can get this Herald and get more plates. Diamond though in trouble. Good shockwave attempted there from FlyQuest. Do like Matt using his Rakan movement aggressively to try and set the ball up. And as you can see, definitely just digging over level 6 as well. So did not have it for that dive earlier. Very well set up for Cloud9. Spud just on point with that Ornn ultimate. Extremely well timed. And Diamond, I mean, we know that almost every support in North America has the Thresh ready in the back pocket. Bringing it out here in a much more dominant early game for Cloud9. Just a better showing overall. Did have a pretty good run against Dig last week, so Cloud9 Academy have certainly been building up in strength. But it's nice to see them just feel a little bit more crisp as a team. Still, EG don't have too much to worry about right now. Yes, 2,000 gold is significant, but they've gotten the first Drake.
Got there just in time to see 2 kills picked up for Cloud9, sitting pretty after that exchange. Straight to the Rift Herald and TSM FlyQuest.
Far in with the flash, and the first kill comes up for Spica. The kills start raining in, and so do bullets from MASH as they pick up 1 kill as well onto Dokla. It's going to be a back and forth, but another one falls as we do see JJ go down along with Fnatic here. That's Evolve picking up kill number 3 in the game. Revenge jumps over the wall. Treats is trying to get out of this one, but it looks like he will be going down. The activation movement speed from Dissonance, and it's going to be the last kill coming in. No, 2 more kills, 1 for each side, as that's going to be a MASH and a lost kill, 1 for him. And MASH picks up kill number 2.
Mid-fight there means that the teams trade relatively even rather, so no team worse for the wear. Golden Guardians, CLG, this one's still close. Just 2K separates the teams 15 minutes in.
Toss a coin to your jungler, everybody. Oh, Rift of plenty, but here we go. Does Frags want to go for it? Drops the Predator, but can't actually commit to it as he did spot him on a ward, so backs off immediately. And now CLG, oh, they're very far forward. Here's engagement from Zion Spartan onto Phil Flash away, but the battle dance, the Emperor's Divide! Golden Guardians find CLG, and they decimate them in the team fight. A beautiful initiation from a Blaze Olive and Huhi, but do they want more? Call the Forge God comes through from Deus. No follow-up, doesn't even connect. Golden Guardians Academy. That was a thing of beauty. A Blaze Olive got in there and output the damage. They're gonna push this wave again. This will net themselves a Rift Herald, their first of the game, but already with a 3,000 gold lead, this should turn into another turret take eventually. And Golden Guardians looking to end this 4-game loss streak. They said enough. A lot of gold going on to Set, a lot of gold going on to Azir. So far, it had been mostly on their Xayah, but now the other carries on the team cashing in during that team fight means that CLG, it's no longer a one-threat team that they have to deal with. They can't just blow up the Xayah and hope for the best. They have to deal with 3 members that can really mess up Wynn's day if they're able to pre-fire onto this Aphelios. So Phil, a lot of pressure on this Braum, trying to keep Aphelios alive, and Wind a lot of pressure on this player. Again, first game with CLG Academy. The visa issues were going on all season, but oh, Fragus, does he find it? No, not gonna go for it. But Wind with those
3 kills,
issues.
0 deaths. Golden Guardians looking good after that one in the mid lane. Back over to EG, C9. Still killless is that Evil Geniuses squad, looking for their opening.
Has that lead naturally built up. Zenori will be spotted here on this ward. The Cloud9 continuing to sweep out the vision. Invade in, not quite as deep as they may have liked to go. Remember, they also have those cloud zones to move through. Zenori just playing security detail right now as he clears out the vision. And Ori wants to go in. Good shockwave though from FlyQuest into the recombo from Matt, and that will be a shutdown. Orianna going to collect a healthy chunk of gold as Palafox returns fire onto Ander. Big chunk on the other side there as well, but not enough to get a trade kill. As Brandini continues to farm up here against Fudge, he's 34 CS away from cashing in on that cull. EG starting to fight back. As a look mid again, Palafox clearing out the way, but that control ward, I think the one that got an Ori killed, continuing to be there. Also a nice ward there, will spot Palafox recalling, but King is going to rotate into mid anyway to collect that. Fudge just playing with a bit more respect in the 1v1 as Brandini is getting closer to that Trinity Force, and every barrel really does hurt. but still would much rather be roaming.
Inori caught out. FlyQuest pulls the trigger to get EG on the board for the first time this game. Golden Guardians CLG. 7-1 stands the kill score currently.
Now in the classic mid lane play, but Tuesday might have just found the miracle play for himself. Gets a kill onto Hard and almost chucked down a Blaze Olive as well. I'm curious what the setup was for that, but Tuesday trying to keep CLG in this as best as he can. This Orianna definitely known for being able to catch members out of rotation. It's never over till it's over for CLG fans. They still have an opportunity to fight their way back with these combos that they have, but if Golden Guardians is able to survive their initial initiation and then also count down these cooldowns, make sure that they know when they're able to fight and avoid the combos from CLG like they have been doing so far, this game seems done and dusted. A 5,000 gold lead. A lot of that on the carries, and now we see the Trinity Force completed for Zion Spartan, so this set is going to be punching even harder at this point of the game. And Golden Guardians also just have the scaling composition. Let's just remind everybody.
From here, let's take a bird's eye view of all the action. Golden Guardians are looking to reverse a 4-game slide by taking down CLG bot laner Win, taking to the Rift for the first time this split. Good start so far. Meanwhile, Dignitas, they face their toughest competition so far up against defending Academy champions, 100 Thieves. Eyes on Contracts up against Acadian, trying to hand him his first loss of the split. Evil Geniuses, they've shown measured improvement with the addition of Onda and FlyQuest to the roster. Now tasked with taking down a shaky Cloud9 Academy, while TSM and FlyQuest, they're doing battle to break their tie, with eyes on the top lane matchup between veteran Dokla and rookie Revenge. From here, we're going to dive straight into that TSM FlyQuest matchup, where Evolved is sporting the perfect kill participation, 3-0-3 on that Zoe.
Turret to back up to in that mid lane, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to get through triples clear on those minion waves. He actually had to go for the Merc Treads. Not the worst on Orianna. You can still dance around. She got a little bit of damage on her ultimate quite a few patches ago for that level 1, so it feels really good to be able to whip out that damage. Not too bad to have to go Merc Treads right away and build some pen later. Bot lane. Instant jump in onto Revenge. He activates World Ender, but he's kept in the cage. Who will win this duel? Will he be able to say no to the God of Death today? And it looks like he does as he flies away to his nest. We'll have to heal after that one. Flash is down, Teleport is up. Conqueror for both of those fighters. So especially if Dokla can get in there first and really start wearing Revenge down, there's no way he's healing it back up in that fight. So already ahead, Tiamat on top of the Triforce. That's kind of a tough lane to be in. And Revenge is going to have his work cut out for him down there. Triple. Orianna with the blue buff, one of my favorite things in the game, especially when you get level 16, that last level of ultimate. Just all your cooldowns feeling really, really nice. Able to move the ball around, and you're basically in an actual dance. She feels like the ballerina that character is meant to be. The Lady of Clockwork.
TSM doing a good job of keeping Revenge out of that game as we hop on over to EGC9. You may have noticed C9's extended their lead a slight amount since the last time we saw them. Let's see if they can find a way to close it, or if EG can find their way back in.
Looking for a bubble, just missing onto Ender. Fudge also here ready with the ulti, so Cloud9 Academy might just go for it. Rift Herald channeled in mid, and Ori going to try and run the distraction here. Cloud9 ready to collapse, and this will give them space for vision. Fox missing that follow-up bubble. Cloud9 can't hit the tower. King gets a couple shots in there with the Graviton, but needs to finish it off. Not enough space, though, to do so, as Shelly will fall. And now Cloud9 will move back over to clear that vision out, finally. Cookie is going to miss on the Brandini, and Nori posturing forward against Ander. They'll clear the vision. They don't have the wave priority, but they're just going to try and rush the Drake here instead. Fudge, again, just playing offensive linesman, trying not to let anybody in. Gets the knock up there. Palafox poking over the wall. And Nori, though, pulled back by the shockwave. Lantern is down, but he flashes instead. Here's Fudge. Lining it up, does get a field goal, but not the knockups he may have wanted. Cloud9, I wonder if they'll continue here. They will aggro the Drake again. But this is looking a little messy. Palafox, yes, he can try and fire away and soften up these targets, but not really hitting anyone in this position. Drake, though, is continued by Cloud9, so they are going to force here. And it goes Drowsy. They get the Drake. Palafox looking for the chase. Does get Matt. Good proc of the Guardian there to protect Anders' health. So they lose a decent amount of of minions to the tower here. In mid, they lose a little bit of the health on the turret as well. But
Lots of cooldowns blown. No kills handed over, but C9 will pick up a Drake for their efforts. Checking back in with Dig versus 100 Thieves. Dignitas now with a 3K lead and position on the other side of the map.
Really not crazy? Can we trust them not to start Baron? What's Orange Baron take like from the bot lane? I have to say I'm disappointed. I thought we'd get spicy here. We'd see Prismo building something, you know, attack speed Ornn or something. Here we go. Call the Forge God in, flash away from Phoenix. That's dangerous as the black line. Ole's just dove it in. Acadian there as well, and they're both getting slaughtered. Dignitas don't get what they want. Sure, they shut down Prismo, but they trade 1-for-1 for Ole. 100 Thieves just kind of have that extra tank. They can take these fights. And now Dignitas are missing much of their engaged tools. They blew Equalizer in that fight. Right as the Drake comes up, 100 Thieves can still fight this. Here we go. Cloud Drake focused down. The flank from Demonte is there. Oh, okay. Lockdown by 100 Thieves. Dignitas in. Will try and win this, and I don't think they've got the damage. Saliga to flash away. Yes, they do. TP is arriving, but Contracts and Saliga will die before it happens. And it's just Prismal right in the middle of the pit as the damage is thrown in by Demonte and Phoenix. What a clean fight from Dignitas.
100 Thieves thought they were in the driver's seat there, but an ace comes through the other way around the Dragon. Let's hop to the opposite side of the map for TSM FlyQuest. A little dance around the Baron pit.
Fnatic, or FlyQuest, I should say. Fnatic's first, brought into the fight. Triple's going to be in that challenge, and now Doku's getting shot up. Mash doing quite a bit of damage. Does he have an ultimate to whip out? No, he doesn't. It's on half cooldown, and Mash is going to be able to get the kill as Evolve picks up that retribution. Another kill, however, going over in the favor of FlyQuest is lost and is in a bad spot. He does flash over the wall to safety. He's able to get a few crescendum stacks out of that one, but he's not able to get out and put that fight to use. What a turnaround from FlyQuest, saying we can stop this. We can also put up a few kills. I think TSM got a little too ahead of themselves in that, and that's where the errors started to occur. Great job by FlyQuest. Now they're going to be able to pick up the Drake in their favor here. I like Revenge's idea. If you can't go against your lane, do everything you can to fight around your lane. Figure out how far away they're going to be, who you can execute on, so you are not near them. Beautifully done. Revenge stays alive. Nova finally goes down in these fights. And Mash is looking pretty scary. He's got himself a stopwatch. He knows he'll get dove on. JJ now has a stopwatch as well. He starts to build up a little bit more armor as we see a Knight's Vow in there for him as TSM back onto the Baron. Was it too little, too late? TSM respawns with more members, and they're right back to the batting order here in the objective pit. Treats looking for the blast cone, gonna get himself to safety, and TSM picks up the contested, or uncontested Baron 25 minutes in. Mid lane to be pushed here. Bot lane's already pushed. You can
TSM sporting that purple Baron buff after the Run It Back Classic. Notice, though, that FlyQuest is holding on to 3 of those Drakes, so the soul's still very much alive for them. Cloud9 EG. 3 Drakes now in favor of Cloud9, as we say the same for FlyQuest. Let's see how they put them to use.
Geniuses have killed this game. So Cloud9 still holding on to that small lead, but the death cap is now done for the Orianna. Plenty of ways for them to get back into this game with just one fight on their terms. Has been Cloud9 engaging so many of these skirmishes. It doesn't take much with Jarvan and Orianna. And of course, plenty of good backup with the GP and the Xayah. They just pick off a couple key targets. With all 5 flashes up there. See if they can try and pick off one of the key members of Cloud9 Academy. Red buff over to Deathly in the meantime. Still working on his second item.
From here, we'll head to Golden Guardian CLG as we cross into the late stages of the game. Let's see how these 2 teams decide to navigate it.
Concept still, we'll come up with the final name eventually, but these teams just dancing around these objectives, no one willing to actually hard engage, but here we go, Golden Guardians looking for it, the Shockwave onto 3 members! CLG might have just found their fight, they're going forward, Fraggus deep into enemy lines, but look at Zion Spartan buying so much time for Golden Guardians, they take down Fraggus. Zion Spartan will fall in the meantime, but Golden Guardians will easily win the fight. 5-0-5 for a Blaze Olive. Golden Guardians come out on top. CLG, they wanted it. They thought they had their initiation. Even with the 3-man shockwave, they just couldn't pull it off. I believe Fragus's explosive cast was just barely on the wrong side of those 3 members, and it knocks them all away. If that had knocked them all towards CLG, that could have been a very different fight. But regardless, Golden Guardians capitalize on that play. They get their Dragon Soul. They're going to be able to sustain all the way back up to full health. And with 2 inhibitors down, Counterlodge Gaming Academy are staring down the barrel of their 6th loss of the season. And Golden Guardians are looking to end their 4-game loss streak. This feels so good for this squad, who again started off so strong. Multiple veteran players that have played in LCS before. We got the Zion Spartan name change, everybody. Good to see them finding their groove yet again. And what a performance from a Blaze Olive. This Academy player, he's been playing on TSM Academy for 2 years under Bjergsen. That's a long amount of time to spend under a player with such pedigree. You definitely learn a few tricks. And the Blaze Olive showing what he can do on this recently buffed Azir. But now Golden Guardians might be looking for even more. CLG, they just wanted to look for vision on the Baron, but a Blaze Olive with the play yet again. Zion Spartan follows it up beautifully, and Golden Guardians just decimate Counter Logic Gaming. They take all members down, 5-0, and they're gonna end their 4-game loss streak. Golden Guardians can just march these super minions into CLG's base. They don't even need the Baron. What a performance from Golden Guardians. Zion Spartan's back. A Blaze Olive has joined the chat as well, and Golden Guardians will end that 4-game loss streak and go 3-4.
15 kills for Golden Guardians as they pick up that victory, and a Blazed Olive was a part of all of them. Nice for them to snap that 4-game losing streak as we hop back on over to C9 versus EG around the Baron pit.
They've found out now, though, what's going on. Drowsy there for Palafox again. Gonna poke Matt down this time. Scarily low for that squishy Rakan. Dignitas kind of want to fight. The GP holders out, though. Inori early into the stasis. That might be a mistake. They're going to go for it. They get the jungle shutdown, and Inori cannot be happy about that, but still a good double knock-up for Fudge. Means that maybe Cloud9 Academy could have found something, but instead they have to reset. Evil Genius has now control of the map for 30 seconds, while Inori is still dead. Just broke that stopwatch at the wrong time. That's a tough one. Just such a good early game here for the Rek'Sai. Gives the kill away outside Baron when they're trying to bait for it. Including a little bit of shutdown gold as well. Still Cloud9.
A little mistake around the Baron pit means they won't get it this time around. TSM FlyQuest. FlyQuest still keeping it close.
On Triple's ball as he moves it around. The ball goes forward. They are going to be able to grab on Triple. That's Azanya's. Moss throws down a crescendo turret. He's going to be able to get Equilibrium tags from just a bit of range here. Dokla now Zanya's in as they're trying to play the tricky game. Another grab. That's a bullet time that they're looking for. And the cask is going to break it up. That's the extra chaos as well. Moonlight Vigil's going to miss, and they do get a kill with another shot onto, that is Revenge, sorry, that was the walls coming through. Can't even tell with the long-range attacks coming in. I thought FlyQuest was going to be able to turn that one around. Speak of, though, with the cask, you forget how many times it seems like TSM can almost reset the fight or say, no, this fight needs to go our way. I'll ult this person. You have Nautilus say, oh, I'll ult this person. Or Dokla changes the fight.
Well, that was as good a fight as any as FlyQuest was going to find, but they still come out on the losing end, and that means a Baron for TSM. Over to Dig, 100 Thieves, where we did miss a 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane. That brings us to where we're at now. Dignitas back around the Baron.
Right now, and with contracts down, well, there's no contest for this Baron for sure. Here's Soleil. Soligo in the area. Prismal nearby. Soligo and Prismal, of course, cannot contest. So they will watch on as the second Baron of the game does get tossed over to Dignitas. And that's maybe indicative of the problem, one of them, with this comp. The damage is kind of only coming from contracts. Maybe if Soligo had had a stronger time during these fights, we would see the kills balanced out a little bit more. But for now, it's only Contracts actually managing to get into the Dignitas lineup, chase down the low HP members. And that's a problem, because Ornn's certainly not going to do it. Dignitas with the Baron, shoved down the mid lane, getting a little bit of pressure across the map. And now they've got 100 Thieves properly on their back foot. Contracts looking for the chase. Here comes another Call of the Forge God to engage. They've got lore low. Kind of. God is doing a lot of work in that sentence. They do not got lore low, and in fact, Ole is there on the flank. The Emperor's Divine will be proc, but Saligo's just burned down. Drops into stasis. It will not save him. Lorlo's got the kill, and another equalizer chunks out both Contracts and Breezy as Prismal is focused down in the midst of two players. 100 Thieves fight into Baron again. They spent Dawning Shadow and Call the Forge God to chase down an ulting Lorlo. World Ender Aatrox. And you invest 2 ultimates to try and focus him down. Just get a quick pick on the World Ender Aatrox. Now they're in trouble. Contracts, one of the members left to defend, is said World Ender Aatrox full engages. That's just a very quick kill. 100 Thieves slaughtered underneath their Nexus turrets. The inhibitors aren't even down. You're not allowed to do this, Dignitas. You're not allowed. You gotta wait. There we go. Step back and grab the inhibitors. 2 have respawns, so a desperate last attempt is possible. Here comes the Call to Forge God. Full engage is good, but Fake got into stasis right in the middle of this fight. Can't do much. He's gone. Prismal as well. Saligo, the last attempt. Good Emperor's Divine does knock Dignitas towards the fountain, but there's nothing that can be done. And Dignitas keep their perfect record as 100 Thieves. Oh, that didn't look good.
Domination for Dignitas as they move to 7-0, keeping that undefeated streak alive. Can they be stopped? We'll have to find out at a future date. TSM FlyQuest. Last time we saw this, TSM had picked up the Baron. Now let's see how they put it to use.
Level 16's across. Speak is actually just waiting on his. A level 15 Speaker to a level 12 Fnatic. Kind of tells you the pacing of the game and how quick TSM's been moving around FlyQuest. Mid inhibitor's gonna go down here as they make sure the pressure is just right. Oh, that's gonna be a kill going over to the side of FlyQuest. Evolve tried to get a little too tricky there, and he goes down. Dokla also taking quite a bit of damage, but that's the ultimate coming in from Lost on Aphelios. Revenge trying to answer back with the World Ender on as Dokla now gets locked up by the concussive blows. Winter's Bite is strong onto him, and there's the cask again. Just when FlyQuest thinks they might have an edge in the fight, everybody gets blown back and drunk under the table. A few more hits coming in. Speaker with a body slam. Goes to look gold on this one is lost. So they're going to have too many more minions to fight under, but there they are. Sweeping into the base. It's going to be TSM with a very dominant game. Both teams 3-3 going into
Between our 3-3 teams, TSM will be the one to come out victorious. Let's rewind, though, a little bit and catch back up with C9 EG. Let's watch this for the first time together.
So we'll see this jostle back and forth. Cloud Drake is up. Cloud9 sneak into the side for it. They are going to start it. King going to get the party going. EG, though, very quickly ready to contest. Not soon enough for Drake. Oh, goodness. And rocks into the pit and just takes it away. Now Cloud9 maybe going to have to force the fight. Fudge gets a 2-man knock-up. Palafox in. Shockwave finds 2, though, on the other side. And King going to get dunked. Diving to peel him off. It's King. Able to save himself for a little while longer, but definitely finishes up the job in back as Brandini flash into the backline as Sonori is trying to find the fight as well. Low, but not out of it yet. Into Brandini he goes, straight to the parlay. The bubbles, though, still coming out. Definitely low, will now die. It's an absolute massacre here outside the Drake pit. Fudge fighting on. The only one left with really much heart in it. He's going to get the knock up there into Brandini with a lovely placed pillar. Palafox trying to extend, does miss the paddle start in onto Matt. Fudge though still chasing, that's going to stop it though, but Matt now the next target. Palafox in, Ignite is down, Electrocute procs, and that's enough. Brandini now in a 1v2 that I'm not sure he can win. Fudge going to try and do it himself. Here's Palafox, looks for the Q, the minion though, pesky minion going to block it. Maybe not quite enough range. Brandini has to avoid the walls here. Good slow, great bit of damage. The bubble extension is enough though, and Palafox finally completes a very delayed ace.
That was a wonky fight. Cloud9 kept from picking up that Dragon Soul. Let's jump ahead, though, and catch up to live, where it seems they did pick up another Dragon, now sporting 4, and that Cloud Dragon Soul. 21 kills to 10. This one looking squarely in C9's favor.
Upgraded to the Death Crown. Items aplenty for Cloud9 Academy. This lead built up to about 4,000 or 5,000. Again, given that we're getting late into this game, that gold difference will dip in effectiveness. But for now, Cloud9 with the Baron and the Cloud Soul still holding on to that strength, holding on to that lead. And I love this, just seeing them move through the jungle together. Whatever lane Fudge is trying to get going with the push, just complete and utter vision control, playing forward, playing aggressive for these picks. King and Diamond, they can see a couple. They see Brandini maybe a little exposed, but King just stepping so far forward here. In the face of a Rakan with ult and flash. That is some confidence for a man with only a flash, a heal, and a stopwatch to save himself. But again, Cloud9 Academy, they've just prevented EG from walking down anything but the longest way possible to this tier 2 tower, and they'll instantly assault it and crush it down. Baron still off, sorry. Didn't quite get too much done after they took it because they were busy taking the Cloud Drake. But now with Baron coming back up in under 2 minutes, Cloud9 Academy back to that side of the map here. So willing to take fights, certainly, willing to be aggressive, but not trying to be too reckless. We've had some spicy moments, to say the least, in a lot of these fights. But it's just deny the vision and bubble them for Cloud9 right now. They really don't have to do too much more. Palafox no blue buff, sad news for him. But Baron going to be started pretty much instantly for Cloud9 Academy, and it is getting shredded down. Fudge here again, ready to play defense. Not needed, GP ult down, and Baron's over. Party's done, go home. Evil Geniuses. It's going to get 30 gold off a control ward. That's all they manage. Cloud9 Academy take the Baron. Reset back down through mid we go. The inhib is ripe for the taking once more. Elder Dragon will be up in 2 minutes 45. We need another win condition for Cloud9 Academy to play to. And at this point, it is just about executing the final moments of this game cleanly. On the EG side, I've seen a lot of individual skill, a lot of good moments, but haven't seen the full-on 5v5.
C9 with the Baron buff playing the macro game. I want to take a look at the post-game breakdown for Golden Guardian CLG. Take a look at this team's performance. 15-3-42 is the team's KDA. But that is Azir in the mid lane. A Blaze Olive putting up huge damage numbers, a part of all 15 kills for that Golden Guardian squad. They're going to feel good off of that one. Back into C9 versus EG to see if C9 can close it out.
He's going for the big barrels. So if he lands one, especially in tandem with Fire or Anda, fights can end very, very quickly. Cloud9 have done well. Diamond here onto Anda, looking for the hook. Gravitum Root is going to land, and Diamond just barely missing the angle there on that hook. Top tier 2 will probably be conceded pretty early here. I'm not sure EG are interested in defending a tower with maybe 2 autos worth of health left on it. Especially with the Baron buff here, they don't even need to do it themselves. They can just let the big cannon do it. Bubbles flying over. Fudge is flanking with the on ult ready. Cloud9, no reset. Palafox forced a flash. Good pressure there from Matt. Didn't even pop the ulti. Again, sped up by the Orianna. Anori on the flank. Fudge also ready. See if Cloud9 Academy want to close the trap. Bubble onto Matt. Fudge going to be the target, but not the target they want to leap onto. Moonlight Vigil, that's going to be a root. Follow up. There's the on ulti. Q going to miss there from Thresh, but Anda not so lucky. Flayed back and killed by Fudge. 5v4 now for Cloud9. Still with Baron buff, ticking away. No mid inhib, no tier 2 towers, just the top and bot tier 3. Waves are in not the best spot. Top lane would be the one they could go to, but with 20 seconds up till the Elder Dragon is ready. Very different idea in mind here. In fact, that's almost perfectly syncing with Anders' spawn time. So EG gonna have to delay Cloud9 off the Drake at a minimum. See if they can maybe stop it altogether. As Cloud9 are gonna start at 5 seconds until Anders spawn, and I think EG are just giving it up here. No, they're gonna turn back around. Palafox here gonna get charmed up. Will get CC, good shockwave. Palafox in stasis, he goes. Cloud9 just trying to finish the Baron Fudge with a 2-man knock. Zoe does fall, but Cloud9 gonna start the fight, and they've got the Elder ready to go. Brandini blasted down, the other side is King, blast down 5 fire. Matt, see you later! King, popping the dragon wings everywhere he goes! And it's only Ander left alive as Fudge TPs the top lane and says, let's get out of here. Cloud9 Academy. Just exciting set of fights. But they take the Elder, and King is just unrelenting today in his aggression as Zenori completes the ace with the help of Elder Dragon. And they need a wave, so they'll help Fudge out in the top lane and escort the last few minions into the destruction of the enemy Nexus. Gonna be 3 and 4 as they knock down the final few turrets. Cloud9 Academy, maybe the corner has been turned. They'll pick up their win and take down EG.
EG made him work down the stretch, but C9 with an Elder Drake are able to pick up the victory. Thank you to Stephen Kangas and Thomas TJ James for helping out with tonight's games. Be sure to follow them on Twitter. We brought you as much of tonight's action as we could, but if you want to see any of the matchups from beginning to end, the full games will be available on our LoL Esports VODs and Highlights YouTube channel. Stay tuned, though, because we got one more game before we wrap up the Valentine's Day action. Pastry Time and Dignitas bot laner Johnson will be joining me as we cover Team Liquid versus Immortals. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Academy Rush, where we have pillows. And I'm happy to be joined by Pastry Time Dignitas bot laner Johnson as we get into our final game of the day, Team Liquid versus Immortals. As we find our way into this match, I just want to turn to you, Johnson, and say, how are you enjoying playing in the LCS and currently smashing kids as a rookie?
I'm doing okay so far, but I don't
okay,
think
he's a
I'm
humble
smashing
guy.
anybody yet.
It's very modest. I would say you're doing a bit better than okay.
Yeah, I'd say a bit better than okay for a rookie. Are you having fun, though, at the very least?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's a good time. That's a good time. Taking a look at some of the lineups here that will be taken to the stage today. Important to note, Schernfire, first Academy game. He's been up in the big leagues playing against the likes of some of our LCS players. How do you expect him to do today, Pastry, back down in the minor leagues?
I mean, I think, should be very good in this league. Jungle is surprisingly competitive in Academy, so I have been surprised at the overall level of play. I think it is the best probably it's ever been in Academy, but Schern is a very talented, mechanically good, aggressive jungler. So I think this metagame is good for him, and he is the kind of player that should flourish in this environment. I just don't know how many games he's had to play with this team.
Right.
Because TLA have really struggled without their starting five.
Very much so. On the flip side, we take a look at Immortals roster. Some old LCS veterans that you may have noticed. Of course, Apollo and Gate down there in the bot lane, even Aloran in the top. You know, I have questions about where this game is going to be played in particular, where the jungler is going to go, and who's going to be the winning factor for either of these teams.
For Immortals, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to have jungle play bot side, because I feel like their bot lane has good synergy so far, and they understand the meta properly. On the other side, for Team Liquid, they've got like one win against.
They're struggling a bit at the moment. Yeah, only one win in that win column as we get ourselves out onto the map. We didn't get our look at Champion Select, so let's get a quick refresher where the teams fell. Soraka in the top lane, up against, of all things, a Tristana. Give us the lowdown on scrims. Is that the new counter pick?
Could be.
Wait, is that set support? This is a draft, by the way.
Okay, Gate with the set support. We got the Mordekaiser mid.
Gate always does this. Every year, he's like, I have to play some random mid.
What the heck just happened, man?
It was Camille support, and then Sejuani support, and now set support. Gate just continuing to break the mid.
Ornn in the mid lane, that's old news. We've seen that already. Did you see the Ornn in the bot lane that we had today on Academy? That was...
Did it win?
Questionable.
Okay, so no, it clearly didn't win.
Here, we've got all the post-game breakdowns right here. Did it win? Absolutely not. They got smashed by Dignitas' Academy squad.
What a surprise.
Yeah, what a surprise. What's that like, having that Dignitas Academy squad? I'm imagining you guys scrim and play against them a decent amount. Those are some really practiced players.
We scrimmed them one day so far. We're probably going to scrim them next week, but it's pretty good to have like a good Academy roster, because I can just also ask what their opinion is on the matchups. And
right, they just moved to 7-0 today, so currently looking good for maybe an undefeated Academy split.
If you're scrimming them again, they must have at least been decent practice.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't scrim them again if it was just, if it was a very easy block.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I really only care about two lanes in this matchup, the top lane and the bot lane right now. I want to see how each of these matchups kind of play out.
I'm assuming Aphelios and friends were banned.
Yeah, probably.
Aphelios and friends. I like it. I have no idea how that bot lane should play out.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen set support? No?
I think they played it in solo queue, but I'm not sure.
Close.
I mean, it's peculiar because obviously MF has a lot of laning power, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like Varus wants to push and be aggressive. Like the old Varus Tom Kench wants to, you know, push the lane, keep you under your turret. But Set doesn't seem to play into that same idea. It's a little confusing, the synergy here for me.
I'm even trying to figure out, like, what does set support do?
I don't even...
Like, I feel like it doesn't really do anything in lane. And, like, is it even worth having an underfed set, like, to start a team fight? His ulti's not even that good.
No. And well, I mean, I guess if he ults an Ornn late game, right, that can still be some damage to the opposing team.
I guess they just use Set as like the flex pick, so they could beat out the Soraka pick.
Yeah, but I wouldn't expect it to flex
that's an interesting thought, actually. The idea that, so the Set was picked before the Soraka.
Yeah.
Once that Soraka's locked in, get the Set out of the top lane, put him anywhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, as we get some skirmish action in the jungle super early.
If that's what happened. I'll have to review the draft, but hey, never mind. Stuff's happening.
Tons of stuff. First blood. Just
right.
like that.
Well,
Double kill maybe? Okay, flash blown from Gate. Well, that's not a good first look for that bot lane going down against the MF and the Nautilus there. And Alorum himself, while he does have the push, you can see dropping low in health up against that Soraka. Jenkins gonna start to freeze.
I feel like the expectation when they went for that fight was like not that your bot lane was too pushed in as the enemy jungler like started the fight. So kind of an interesting decision. I think just IMT a little too far forward in the river there, but it was potluck, so just caught, I think. Oh goodness gracious!
Oh my
Not the
goodness!
Soraka
No,
fall.
don't die to the banana. Okay. Woo!
That was one auto, I think.
Yeah, that was one banana away from death. Flash for flash.
I like what's happening here, though. Like, if that is what happened in the draft, like that's something I definitely didn't consider. Super excited to see teams maybe bait that Soraka and try and counterpick it. But yeah, Shern just knows here.
Little replay. That was, yeah, good look by Shern here. Just kind of waiting for him to come around the corner with knowledge. Conqueror.
Yep.
That's just disgusting.
Oh, I see why this got.
Wow, they came down to help, and now they're pinched. Oops, not where we want to be.
Yeah, they should have probably just both flashed at the same time.
Yeah, or walk the other way. Oh, never mind. The lane's genius. I take it back.
I mean, that's a lot of damage trader. They're going to force him out with the Ignite. Ooh, you can see Potluck too also coming down bot lane, looking to take advantage of some of those summoners used. Both flashes still available. Will the MF get caught? Oh! That's it. That's all Set does.
Yeah.
It's like that. We just saw everything that Set bot lane has to offer.
Just tries to bait the enemy team, I feel like. I appreciate how creative Immortals are with their drafts. Like, this is the fourth or fifth unique champion that Immortals have played that no other team has played. And Alorum has just played like a lot of different stuff in the top lane. The exception, of course, is Potluck, who I think this is like his 15th leasing game in a row. That's all
I got a question. I not even imagine. I know that there's a finite amount of time, and that all pro players don't have enough time to play, every possible matchup, or or any idea of a counter matchup that they, imagine. This idea that Immortals is playing a lot of unique picks. Do you think that's something that Academy teams could be used more often for? Is to explore counters and lane matchups so that the LCS player doesn't necessarily have to practice or put that many hours into something that might not work?
I think most pro players, they just like do one-on-ones.
Okay.
So which is much quicker.
Does that
Fair
work
enough.
in bot lane too? Because I know I've had a lot of solo laners say that, but like, do you 2v2 your Academy bot lane at all for the same kind of practice, or is it
Yeah,
different?
we tried it for like some matchups just to see like who gets the push,
Yeah.
the prio, stuff like that.
Then the jungle came in, like, oh, okay, the practice is ruined.
Yeah, jungle gut.
Also, why does Insanity
Nice
have a
unstoppable.
stinger? That's my real question.
I was looking at that same thing, and then I had the internal thought of, I don't know enough about Mordekaiser to bring that up and look like an idiot.
I'm like fairly confident either Trifles or Nashes are not standard items. See, Set's unkillable. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, I'm relatively unimpressed by the Set bot lane so far.
Yeah, Set I feel like Set's strength is like he just kind of hangs out and like tends to not die in the lane. Like 1v1, he's like impossible to push out of lane, but he'll almost never kill you. I feel like he could kind of do the same thing in bot lane, but the problem is like you can never start anything for your Varus. So, and if you get caught, like he's gonna be underleveled, so of course he's gonna die some of the time.
Yeah.
To misfortune Nautilus.
Jury's out on what that pick is supposed to do. We'll have to wait and see.
I appreciate that we got the bot lane here and then this happened to you. I'm sorry.
Right? Yeah.
Hate to play Set support.
I was ready for all this awesome insight.
Do you like the meta though? I've talked to a couple ADs and I think it depends on the person, but some people like Aphelios Senna.
Yeah. Yeah, right now just Aphelios, Senna, Misfortune, and then just pick whatever you want afterwards.
You played Ashe.
Yeah.
You're one of the only LCS players, if not the only LCS player who's played Ashe. Why specifically do you like that pick, or what about that pick is viable to you right now?
So like, obviously I was thinking of like what should I pick when they pick Senna. And then obviously people were thinking like Varus, but like since I'm like a new pro player, that's not like in my champ pool yet.
Okay.
So I was like, I'll just play some Ashe, and then I didn't play Ashe too well, but like did the job. So.
Nice, nice. Become an engage bot and just W poke.
Yeah, and press E.
Press E. Press E, get assists, right? I think you started like 0-5 that game. Like you had like 5 assists or something pretty early or something like that.
Sounds like Ashe.
It is a very Ashe move. All right, well, let's not ignore the fact that TL has quietly accrued a 1K gold lead here. I know they have 2 kills, but in what feels like a relatively inactive game, they have created a lead and now have position on Rift Herald. What's your general take on the the 8-minute Rift Herald trade for Dragon? You're always on the Rift Herald side, or that's where you want to be?
I think Rift Herald is just too good.
Okay.
Because you get 2 guaranteed plates, and then if Tur had like 3 plates, you just one-shot it. And then Drake, who cares about the first Dragon, I guess?
Right. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah.
You get that idea that like, well, 1 means we get 4. Right? Yeah. It's kind of like, I feel like people conflate Dragon 1 with Dragon Soul, like this idea that you have to get Dragon 1 to start that timer. It's like, nah, you can give away plenty. Go ahead.
I think the games where they split Drakes are the most interesting to me. Where like each team gets 1 and then like the soul battle is like a little bit more protracted. When one team just says 2 and then like the other team's like, well, I guess we got these heralds, but time to go fight. Also, Dig inherited Clutch, so obviously you guys ran this play a lot. So they were the masters of the Rift Herald already.
Dig and Clutch.
Every team's just catching up now.
Well, we got your answer on the Stinger mid lane. Because he picked up a Fiendish Codex, so he's going into Nashers.
Okay. Is it like a...
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I could kind of see a world where like you're gonna hit on a lot, so like maybe there's some value there, and like it's a very generally efficient item.
Sure, but late game, should Mordekaiser be targeting Ornn?
Well, I think anybody he ults, they should just die.
Okay, fair.
Instead of get killed at least.
And then we got a double ADC. I am curious to see how they utilize the Tristana. She's classically known as a brilliant turret taker, right? But while Immortals didn't get that first Rift Herald, we're gonna have to see if they find a way to kind of unlock the Tristana to make her way to the other lanes and actually, pick up some turret plates. I say that, Schernfire. Oh, the knock-up right before the jump. Follows with the ult, blast away, easy kill off the Q kill.
Yeah.
That to me is just like why Soraka is so powerful. Just instant silence on your feet. And then Shern has the easiest setup of his life.
Zone control for Soraka is incredible.
I almost feel like the team should swap ADs, by the way. Because there's an Ornn and a Soraka on TL's team, and I just don't know if Miss Fortune can do the heavy lifting in the late game if the game goes like particularly late. I would rather have like a harder carry like Trist on my team, I guess.
Well, Miss Fortune has Ornn and Soraka. So.
Oh, that's true.
I was going to say, the front line, the protection for the MF and the sustain that's coming from the Soraka feel mighty good. From a pure damage output, absolutely the other side of the map looks stronger. Ooh, a little 2v2 action, but there's the Soraka. We saw the Soraka ult come through on the Ignite. Oh my, look, set bot lane. He's a god.
I will say...
Uh-oh, now where do you go?
Set ult is very good at interrupting other ultimates.
Oh, super good.
So I kind of like that interaction versus Miss Fortune. I also... Somehow Gate's going to get away from this.
I'm not so sure about that.
All right, take it back. If this was regular Set, he was easy out. It does take a while, though. Yeah. You waste your time, if nothing else.
So how do you want TL to be using this Rift Herald? I noticed it only has about a quarter of its time remaining. What would be the ideal way after that 8-minute Rift Herald play that TL actually puts that to use?
Pretty sure they just try to like tempo swap, or like hit like one, have like someone hit top or bot turret and get like 2 plates and then just throw the Rift.
When you say tempo swap, can you explain that a little bit more for me?
So like let's say for bot lane right now, you just push that wave in and then just have the bot lane go top, jungle trails him, and then the output. Push the whole wave top in and then drop the herald.
Okay.
And they can't really match the push.
Oh, trying to Q run his way out of there won't be enough. Stinger Mordekaiser coming up big.
So I actually really like Mord against Soraka for that reason, because like Soraka can't
run her
really
down,
do anything,
yeah,
and Soraka in the death realm can't heal her teammates. So I don't know exactly when these were picked, but that as a way to help counter Soraka is really nice.
Another replay here as the junglers go toe-to-toe.
That was very
Potluck showing off some mechanics.
I think he got interrupted mid-kick and then died.
Oh, Schernfire just gonna... with the fancy footwork there. But 2 kills now over to Insanity. That's a big Mordekaiser off of that play. A trade you'll take any day.
Yeah, Insanity's been playing really well, actually. Oh, we found the Herald, by the way.
So I'm guessing that's not how you want to use the Rift Herald normally?
I guess it's still fine, because
Oh, because they do have position in top lane?
Yeah.
Okay. The spawn from base is generally questionable.
That's a lunacy or genius way of benefiting
Right.
for sure. Because either like it's running out, we better drop it, or they perfectly lined it up from base.
Right.
They knew the timing.
They pick up 3 plates off that play for tactical, so that's gonna feel good.
I'm curious, is there a reason why, like, obviously mid is generally considered the most prized outer turret to get, but I feel like the Herald is often difficult to set up there in mid? Is it just an issue of like, it's difficult to take that tower even with the Herald, so teams don't go for it? Because it is much easier to take the sideline towers.
It's just more unlikely to like have the mid laner even chunk the turret.
Yeah.
2 plays left, and anybody could just come in and interrupt and kill the Herald, I guess.
That makes sense, yeah, because you just don't have as much room, basically, to work on a tower.
Yeah.
All right, well, Insanity has the Nashers, so we'll see.
Yep. Yeah, we passed that 14-minute mark, so no more turret plates to be gained. Still 1K gold lead for TL, so again, I'll remind everyone that that's the same gold lead they had 5, 6, 7 minutes ago. Haven't extended it much, but they do trade that Drake. You said you like the games where they trade Drakes.
Yeah.
1-to-1 is the Drake score with an ocean map.
I think this just makes the mid game so much more interesting. Because like it's not just a race to the soul after you've done all your stuff with the Herald.
Well, that's a diss, Soraka.
This I like. This is great.
Run! That's the worst feeling when you're just standing at the edge of the ring, like, yeah, come smack me in the face, I guess.
Again, not an expert on Mordekaiser build, but this is some consistent DPS mode, that's for sure. With the Leandries and the Nashers, seems like
his
all
kit,
in on
not
auto
his
battle.
build. His kit is consistent DPS. Whoa!
That's a set pick.
It's genius.
There it is. We were questioning it, man.
I mean, when literally everyone tries to kill the support set with a stopwatch, yeah, the pick's gonna look good when the tower's hitting them. Like,
Okay, so
I feel like that was more of a situational.
Right, well now I understand the pick. I understand the pick, because everybody wants to kill a set. So now it makes perfect sense. Put it in support, make it unimportant. When people dump all their skill
bait the
shots
enemy
in the
team
set,
forever.
boom, you just return fire. That was actually a huge pickup for them bot lane. Off of those 2 kills, that's not it. They just took multiple turrets. This Mordekaiser is huge.
I just can't unsee the memes.
All right, well now I'm super worried for TL in this game. I know that they had a 1K gold lead a minute ago. Now they're down 600, and they're against the late game, double 80 carry Mordekaiser team comp. What's your call here? What's your lane assignments? Who wants to match who right now?
I don't think anybody wants to match the Mordekaiser.
So then what's the solution? If you find yourself in a game where there's like a Fiora or Mordekaiser, someone that can't really be dealt with, like how would you guys discuss working around that?
Usually you just like force a lane. So right now they're just grouping so that the Mordekaiser has to come. But
So it's group is 5
Yeah.
and threaten something.
and if it doesn't work, then
And if he chooses not to come, well then, oh well.
bot lane's gone.
I like it. I like it. Where did the Herald go?
No one's holding.
Yeah.
Nobody pick it
They
up.
just took it, right?
Did nobody pick it up?
Oh,
it
It
disappeared.
did, it disappeared. No one picked it up.
oh no.
How's this happening?
What? Team Liquid, no! Oh.
Also, the sad thing is Herald takes so long to
brutal.
take too, so they just wasted their time.
So I was about to say, like, well, they
Right.
did what you said.
Right.
They grouped 5 and did something, and
Right, so they made the initial correct call, and then just by a simple unforced error, negated all of that effort that they just put in. Oh my God, that's disastrous.
Sanity is also a siege minion. He's knocked down all the towers.
For real.
In these side lanes. Also, does Trist E apply Grievous Wound still?
Huh? Just E? I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Not anymore.
Did it ever?
Yeah.
Maybe like thematically, I'm like, oh, they're on fire. Of course it's applying Grievous
They
Wound.
put that little
Yeah.
I think it's one of those
thing
damage
above
over
your
time.
head.
I was about to say that they have like a bunch of different ways to apply Grievous Wounds naturally in their kit, but if Trist E doesn't do it, then forget about that. But Varus does
They've
it,
got
which
2
is kinda
ADCs. One of them will buy it.
Cool. Well, Varus does it naturally with his E.
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
He has to hit you though for that to work.
I just feel like IMT were like, how can we best kill this Soraka as many times as possible? And this comp, I like it for that purpose. If you think that that's the main way they're gonna win, with Soraka supporting this ML.
Yeah, Soraka can't sell lane, so she just has to group now.
Oh yeah.
Hope for the best.
The first 2 deaths were enough for Soraka to learn.
I mean,
to not go side lane anymore.
I do feel like Immortals has a very good late game team fighting answer to the Soraka, like you just mentioned. I have to imagine that TL's objective here was dumpster top lane with aggression from Soraka kind of early, and dumpster bot lane with an MF, Rek'Sai, and a Nautilus to get that lane ahead, right? And then just kind of snowball from there. But as soon as it didn't go that way, they could only generate 1K at most. It's looking real scary for anything beyond 20 minutes, I think, for TL.
Yeah. They also need like Q assist on like Orange, Soraka, Fortune.
Right, because that Mordekaiser just says, you know, free pick of whoever he wants to remove from the fight or take down solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mord against like one carry and one other big threat, right? Like they have 2 really good scaling pick, or there's one really good scaling pick in Soraka, and MF is like okay.
Well, Insanity kind of
ran it down.
What was that move? Yeah, he ran it down. Yes, thank you.
Ran it down the death realm.
Hey, what? Oh my goodness. Immortals.
What just happened?
Immortals.
Insanity just lost sight of the enemy champions. He only saw the towers. He's been in grayscales, ulted too many times. At least Shen's getting a Drake, I guess. But...
Well, I mean, you know, when you talk about the way that TL gets back into it, it's going to be errors like that from Immortals. You hand 2 kills over while, you know, the Drake on the other side is spawning. Most of the pro players we talk to think that Ocean is the strongest, right, of the souls, and so great. You're handing the only probably remaining win condition for TL back over to them right now.
Is this just a dive gone wrong?
Yeah, you just Q ult.
Was he trapped?
Well, yeah, he's in his own death realm in range.
No.
And then that silence was big.
That's
silence
a true tragedy.
But
He is flashed, but I just don't think he's living even if he flashes.
no.
Yeah, he W'd himself.
Oh.
Making a ward hopper.
Right.
I wonder if that's like a muscle memory thing. Is like, oh, I had to shield myself.
He just
I'm in
attempted
trouble.
the ward hop.
Oh,
well, notice how he ran down. He was first running up, then he ran down.
True.
So he clearly clicked on the other side of the wall, and the pathing was faster going down first, which is why he turned back into the MF hold. Because I think, as you're right, he was like trying to click and place a ward or something over there and hop to it.
Unfortunate. Well, let's get the TL. Now they have the gold lead again.
Right? No, they're alive. They're alive in it still with that extra dragon. So
Very curious to see what team players look like in this game. If we get to a point where there's actual 5v5 happening, I'm very curious.
I mean, I imagine the hope here now for TL is play for the next 3.5 and get your setup around that dragon. Force Immortals to try and come into you so that the Soraka can just kind of heal the front line and give MF a good setup.
Yeah, Anti's comp just wants a 1-3-1 right now. Because Soraka's basically spikes.
Well, there you go. In the 1-3-1, Alorum finds himself against 4.
They'll get mid turret off this IMT.
We take that trade, yeah?
Yeah.
1 for mid.
Yeah, they can't really counterplay Crystal Lane.
They might do Baron.
Actually, hold up.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, wait. What is going on? We got a free push here for Immortals mid lane. The 4-man Baron start on the other side. Set walking up to check it. We got the blue ward drop, so they do know that they're on it. Ooh, TP in for the Soraka.
TP.
All right, well, they're going to take the Dragon plan and just do it around Baron. Set up around Baron, force the fight. Let's see how Immortals chooses to take it. Big hook from Nautilus.
Go for Baron, there we go.
This set doesn't die.
Oh, we got out. That's really cool.
Yeah?
Who did the ult?
Wow, no one died.
Why did it send the
Ooh,
ult
Shark
so
Fire with the
on?
flank.
Yeah.
Mord's dead. Yeah, Shannon can't do anything. Oh, I'll take it back. He's fine. Is Mord ult range? I haven't played that much Mord. Is his ult range really small?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I feel like medium.
I feel like it's long enough to ult, not the on.
Yeah.
Maybe he tried to cancel on, like ult. Yeah, he did ult, so maybe it's just to prevent that. So that is worth it. But
wow. TL with the big play though. They only killed 1, but look at them forcing around the Baron again.
This is the classic Soraka-ring through the fight.
Okay, Gate has gotten out now multiple times.
Shark Fire's gonna die.
Whoa. Okay, Churn Fire with the Soraka heals. No! Oh, but it still turns out better for TL. They're 2 for 1 in that trade.
At least he stopped the Baron.
Exactly, able to stop the Baron on the side of Immortals, but that's not the way when you seem to have finally kind of turned the corner and have control of the game that you want it to start breaking. But for TL, I think they created a good little bit of chaos there.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the Varus Hurricane.
Oh, the Hurricane. Why?
He's versing like Ornn, Rek'Sai, so Ginsu's better shred.
See this one again. Again, this just feels like I was wondering how fights were gonna go, and it really just feels like they have enough with Jenkins turbo healing everyone that the fights just don't end. And if fights don't end when you have a Soraka, when people talk about Soraka being a really hard scaling champion, that's what they're talking about. Just like you constantly wear the enemy down, and eventually you have like 4 more champions worth of health than they do, and you're gonna win that fight even if you don't have, like, you know, super solid carry. And they clearly have enough. Rek'Sai building a bit more aggressively in tacticals, MF here. So if you're wondering why people don't like playing against that champion, that's why.
Double Borks for both ADCs. We got that Executioners in for Tristana, so even more of that healing reduction against the Soraka, because we are starting to see that Soraka healing really come into play during these fights. But I point out the Double Borks because while TL's been the team to start Baron so far, Immortals has a crazy fast Baron take.
Break up in 5.
Oh, the classic double pink mid lane. I like it.
Oh, just everyone's
Just
everyone's
on top
hanging
of
out.
each other, yeah.
It's just good synergy.
Yeah.
It means you're in sync with your teammates.
Drake's up, but Immortals is playing around the Baron right now.
Pushing mid lane. Oh no.
This is a tough spot though for TL to be in, I think, because they want to push mid, obviously, but they have no vision around the Baron. Now they see everyone mid, of course. But up to that point, they had no vision of Baron with multiple pinks there for the side of Immortals.
Yeah. I guess they just were gonna prioritize the dragon anyways, and don't think Immortals will do Baron.
Good start of it. I guess you're right. I think double wall, so it's not slow at all. They will get the kills. They're going.
Well, they do start it up, but the dragon gets better.
They don't have enough ADs.
Yeah, they're gonna pull right off of that.
Literally everyone but either of the ADs started that Baron.
Both Bork users not by the Baron.
Well,
They pull the TP out of
Soraka, I think.
no, it was Ornn actually. Yusui TP'd mid there for that.
I like that he's grasp on too because he's playing a top lane matchup in mid lane.
Yep.
Mod versus on. I was looking to spellbook. I'm like, oh, what's he gonna swap to? And then he just has grasp.
I don't know who's gonna kill the Ornn aside from Mordekaiser on their team.
That is a beefy Ornn.
I think you
right
just
now.
try and ignore the. Oh, yeah, with Soraka. I think you just have to ult Soraka, kill her, and then try and kill MF, and then ignore Ornn. But Ornn's kind of hard to ignore. But no one's killing him. Even with 2 walks, it's gonna take so long.
There's that first QSS pickup that you were talking about earlier for the MF, so going to be a much harder target to lock down.
Yeah. I'm not sure what Soraka's building with those 2 items.
Ardent Sensor? No.
It's like the components for
Wait, those are
Redemption.
2 different... Building a second Redemption?
Is this a thing? I don't know.
No, you can't. That's why I'm one, but like, I don't know what else those
can.
2 components together go in. Yeah, you could. But I mean, don't let me stop you. Don't let me tell you how to live your life. But yeah, those are questionable components.
Might just be like,
Unless I'm totally forgetting about an item in the game,
probably.
which is entirely possible as a non-support player.
I get the idol. That makes sense. Maybe it's just like 2 different items, and that's what they had when they died.
Is that a thing that you try and be like super conscious about when it comes to like? It's a criticism we'll throw around occasionally when a pro player we think builds improperly. Do you guys make a serious effort to actually look at the opposing team and identify, hey, what do I need as my defensive item here as opposed to over here? Or is it largely, I mean, you're in the ADC position, so maybe it's less different for you. It's like just build damage. But like, how does that go?
I think most of the time now people understand what they need to build, like Leandri's.
You say that, and then we end up with Nashor's Tooth, mid lane, Mordekaiser. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm all about it. Although he's in a bad spot, I'm not all about this.
No
They
ult.
do pick up the inhib turret, but Tactical goes down and is now on a killing spree.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get like Insanity. It's like, oh, it's in Soraka. It's a free kill. Like, I'm going in. But his whole team abandoned him, and then he still decided to 1v1 the Soraka and use his ulti. And I mean, he had Zhonya's, but he's not getting out, so it doesn't matter. I feel like I like Immortals picks, but they're playing very aggressively with them, and it's kind of biting them. Still gonna start Baron here. There's 0 control.
Down to half health.
Oh my god, their only control ward died. It's in the fountain, it's mod. So they can't even check.
Well, they just got killed right there. So they had vision of it down to 5k, but they can't see it now.
I mean, Pollock literally just did this blind.
There we go. The Q's in, but they're gonna wait that out.
And lost their blue trinket as well.
0.5.
They can wait, they have Soraka.
Ult. The engage. Potluck able to dodge it. Lots of damage onto a worm. Gate's just in there. Because why not? 2 out of the pit, though.
Soraka is quite the...
Oh, ho, ho. TL is playing around the Baron very well right now. I think they're showing good patience. Oh, okay, that was scary.
I saw the Baron.
I was like, oh,
Good patience, and then you see that wind up there. Oh, but that's a Baron pickup for TL. TL's 1-5 against a 5-1 Immortals, and they are now in control of this game again.
This is what Soraka does to teams.
Yeah.
But I mean, this Baron is very well played, I think.
Yeah, they just stalled as long as they could.
Yeah, I wonder if he thought he could like fling him out of the pit. That'd be kind of cool. With the settle, the ring out, you get an insta-kill like in Soul Calibur.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very close there at the end, but they do snag the Baron. They don't lose anyone for it, and they pick up 2 kills in the process. So let's see how they use it. 25 seconds till that soul.
Yeah. I think if TL gets soul, the game is just over.
Wow, wow.
So people like the Ocean Soul, which I can understand. But what's your favorite Rift? Do you like this transformation, or do you have another one that you prefer playing with?
I think Infernal Rift is kind of nice because like I can just walk the red buff faster.
That's the most AD carry answer. How do I get to my red buff quicker? Oh my goodness.
Probably Win.
Yeah, Cloud.
Yeah, Cloud Soul.
Also gets him to his red buff quicker.
Ah.
Yeah, so I'm noticing a theme now in Johnson's answers. He also builds like 4 Zeals just so he can get to his red buff faster.
I'll catch you in LCS with some Mobies on.
Dude,
No,
that's
zooming
the way.
towards the
That's
red
the
buff.
new meta. Why'd they win? Because he built Mobies and got to his red buff faster than you'd expect.
Never miss a rotation with Mobies. All right, well, TL have done a very good job of clawing back in this game.
Oh, I mean, and more than that, right? Claw back and claw above. 2.5K gold lead. They've got the Soul. They've got the Baron. They're grouping up in top lane. You can see the 2 bot side, though. So splitting the map. This is exactly what you're talking about, right? Group up for the team with Baron and TL, who doesn't want a 1-3-1. Try and force everyone else to come to them.
Unfortunately, you already said that Immortals best playing was 1-3-1ing, and I don't think that's happening right now.
Well, they sort of. I mean, look at this. They're not even mounting a defense top.
Oh wow, they're actually racing it.
Oh.
Ah!
Still racing. I don't think Counter-Tactical can do this on their own.
I mean, what do you think of
got
this?
it.
What do you think of this? You think this is good? Which team is this good for right now?
It's good for Immortals, but like as long as these 2 don't die, it should be fine. But
In 1-for-1 inhib trades, when you're the team down with, down a Soul, down a Baron, yeah, it feels good for Immortals.
but Sunny's gonna probably die, and then they're just gonna run it down bot or mid.
I guess he knew he was dead, so he just ulted onto by time.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not.
Or they're just taking no damage.
Yeah, he is. Wow, that was some serious damage out of that.
Ocean Soul on with a Soraka is pretty gross.
That's true.
I did forget that they got Ocean Soul and also had
Can't
Soraka.
really out DPS the Ocean Soul as a Mordecai.
They knew they were getting Ocean, that's why they picked Soraka.
Okay. So they get the defense on the bot side even after the inhib goes down. They'll pick up a second inhib mid.
This game might
This
be
is
over.
this is TL's game to lose here.
This is the classic. This is when run it down mid is the correct strategy.
Right.
When literally the champions...
Well, the TP's coming through in the engage.
The champions can't die. You have
Can they
Ocean
do
Soul,
it?
You have Soraka. This is a very chill game, you know?
Yeah.
Just A move and like let go of the keyboard and let the Drake Soul carry you to the end. I mean, I feel like I see this a lot when I see like Soraka comps, but like
I'm like, where's the carry? That's these like tanks and supports are protecting, and then it doesn't matter because no one ever dies.
Yeah.
It's like 5 tanks versus 2 ADs.
What a turnaround! What a turnaround! Remember, just before 20 minutes, we basically were like, we sealed this one up. This is an Immortals victory at that point, but it's TL, the 1-5 team, that turns it around to hand another loss to our 5-1 second place Immortals. That's going to feel real good for TL as they look to turn around their season and bring in Schernfire for the very first game on the Academy roster.
I'm just like confused on what happened in the beginning.
Still reeling?
Yeah, like Immortals were in the driver position. Mordekaiser went side against everybody.
Yep.
And then they just kind of inted twice, and then.
Yeah, what would you say was the most egregious moment, or like the turning point there where TL got it back? Was it the Baron itself, or were there things before that? Because it felt like they had a couple plays before they got to Baron that actually did almost more. I
think when you seen Ascendly top lane and he ulted Soraka and died, he got his jungler killed. They lost Dragon, and then I think TL got first set up on the Baron buff and stuff like that for like wards and stuff, and then they were able to push out the side lanes. So. Don't know what to say after that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stunner, that one. That's a bit of a stunner. We got some new picks, we got some interesting builds, and we had a crazy result. With all of tonight's games completed, let's take a look at the standings. Dignitas, they still remain undefeated at the top of the standings after taking down 100 Thieves today. Immortals, they maintain sole control of second place. Below them, we have TSM and 100 Thieves tied up at 4 and 3. Evil Geniuses, FlyQuest, Golden Guardians, and Cloud9 are all tied up in the middle of the standings. And Team Liquid is tied with CLG in last place despite that upset win against Immortals. Now, before we sign off, let's go ahead and take a look at what the LCS has going on for tomorrow. Broxa is making his first appearance on Team Liquid as he faces off against Smithy and Immortals. The Golden Guardians, they'll take on CLG in Game 3 with 100 Thieves versus Dig, rounding out our LCS matches. But Game 2 is what everyone is looking towards, with TSM taking their shot at ending Cloud9's undefeated streak.
It's an absolute slaughter for Cloud9, and they are 6-0.
They're looking like the best team for now, so obviously everyone really wants to win that game. It would mean a lot for us, just as a statement, right?
TSM, they find the fight and their 4th straight win.
Come our match against them next week, they might actually be pretty good. So I think it'll be a banger of a game.
Now it's the re-engage, the duck over the top, and Huni only hits on the 1. The ace for TSM.
It's the clear 2 best teams, I think, and this is the battle at the top.
We definitely want to beat them for sure because it's Ven's old team, and he'll have like a big drive to win that game.
I've tried my hardest to not put personal stuff into it, or oh, it's my old team. I'll be lying if I said there wasn't like a little bit of extra like, yeah, we beat TSM.
Sometimes you hear that the old TSM fans, they're just salty about him. Yeah, that doesn't have to be the same with me.
Oh, baby! Kame from across the map.
C9 has had really consistent games on stage, and they're just ahead of everyone else right now. Personally, I think C9 is the best team in the league right now, and I think it's going to be a good test for us.
I guess the fans will think it's hype. I personally think we'll just beat them like we beat every other team.
Labyrinth found the Sonic Wave, kick into the resonating strike. Good lord, man! Shelly is stolen.
Our drafts are super good, our arena meta is good, everything is perfect for us, so of course I think we will win. Because I think we are the best team in the league right now.
Confidence from Blabber ahead of that big matchup for Cloud9 TSM. TSM on the come up, though. Let's not forget. Johnson, what are your thoughts on that matchup and how it might play out?
It's probably going to be the most tight matchup so far, but personally, I do think C9 will probably win this series, or win the game, because I've scrimmed both of them and obviously played against them. And I just think Sven is an insane ADC, and he'll probably just, do his job.
Sven has found his place there on C9 alongside Vulcan. Let's not forget that duo together has done incredible things. But what is it about that C9 squad that you think makes them so good as a team right now?
I think they have like good synergy with one another. They understand the meta. I think they're also trying to well, I say they also bootcamp pretty early in the season.
Yep.
So I'm not sure what else to
Sometimes it's
say.
just practice, right?
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes it's just practice, and they are in a much better spot than a lot of teams right now. Pastry time this week on the Q, I had the opportunity to talk to Licorice, and he said to me pretty explicitly, they haven't seen TL play with Proxy yet, obviously, no one has, but the only team that they are even remotely worried about right now in the LCS is TSM. What are your thoughts on this matchup? Can the surging TSM take them down?
They can. I think the coolest matchup for me is, it's funny you talk to Licorice because I think top lane is the fun one.
Yeah,
like
Broken Blade.
Blade's really been on a tear. They very clearly like playing around that lane. So I think Licorice more than anything is like just scared of getting chain ganged, which may very well happen in that matchup.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. That all takes place tomorrow, but that is going to be it for tonight and Academy Rush. Johnson, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. I appreciate all your insight. Now for myself, the casters, the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for the LCS. Good night.